Good morning on Sunday the 19th of May. It's lovely and sunny this morning. I'm heading out on a warm-up before the club ride, so it's 20 to 7. And I just noticed the old health centre slash police station slash fire centre. There's the new health centre. Anyway, the old one's up for sale. And redevelopment opportunity, 1.25 acres I think, or hectares, whatever, however big a hectare is. So try and get a couple of climbs in before the club ride. So I've got 2 hours. Try and do Noah's Ark, Shaver's End and Wynniattes Way. So I'll see if I can do it. And I'll try and not miss the club ride. Lovely sunny morning. I was right to leave my gilet at home. This is the bottom of Noah's Ark Hill. That's how it's known locally. The road name is Jennings Wood Lane. It's a 1 in 4. I can't push it, otherwise I'll see my breakfast again. So easy seated plod. You join me now from the summit of Hurtle Hill, which we're going down to climb up another hill. But before we get to that, I'll show you the Malvern Hills, which border Worcestershire and Herefordshire. The hill I'm climbing runs behind the back of Shaver's End Quarry. And it's that lane there, between the bright green field and the field that looks like it was some rape. There's the quarry and Abberley Hill. Can't see the church, St Mary's, from here. But another hill that you can see, which was a favourite of mine, is Titterstone Clee with the golf balls on it. And Dewstone Lane is the climb up to there. Beautiful morning. We'll descend Hurtle Hill, that's a 14%, drop down into Dunley, and then that's the next hill. Just noticed the grave of Stanley and Florence Baldwin. Prime Minister called Stanley Baldwin from round here, but he is too young. Lots of Baldwins. This is the church of St Mary at Abberley. I'm looking for a grave, so I might be a while. Right, I found my grave. The one I was looking for. Beautiful bucolic setting. I've got to ride over that hill now. Wynniattes Way, the last of the big three, and the steepest, and the one that brings with it the most fear. So we'll leave the church and head up the hill and then drop down into Great Witley. Manor Arms at Abberley. This is the village centre. It's not changed very much. There's the old Abberley Old Church. That's Norman on Saxon foundations. And then the new church you've just seen. And then just up here the legendary and fearsome Wynniattes Way leading to the hill. The hill is actually a hamlet that isn't at the top of the hill. And Wynniattes Way is. Oh, there's a early morning farmer out. So I'll head up there now. So that's the summit of Wynniattes Way, about here. I may have stopped before the Strava segment, but never mind, because it's not fit enough for a personal record. Oh. So we'll drop into Abberley now. I was a quarter of the way up and the chain got caught between the cassette and the wheel, so I had to go back and do it again. Second time lucky. Woodbury Hill, Worcestershire. I'm not used to the lack of weight on the back of the bike because there's no rear saddlebag. The weight distribution's all different. Being a shorter bike, it's twitchy on the corners, so when I brake, I feel the back wheel lifting. see in the far distance there, that dip. Back in 2000 it was a site of the Redmarley hill climb. And the orchard. Just we'll have a closer look in a minute. 24 years ago, and I can remember that. Only the mud though, I don't remember anything else of importance. The yews have been cut down quite a lot. You can hear silly season in the background. I'm not sure if this church has services, but the church at Witley Court does have some. That's the Baroque church, and but around the back of here, rather, behind these fir trees, is the graves of the Foleys who own Witley Court. Before they lost it due to the big fire. Here they are. You can't get in. I'm not sure if I'm even allowed in here, but there's a tomb, and there's one on that side, and then there's more through the yew trees. But it's a bit of a trek, so I'll get out quick. We go all the way through the bush. Back over this gate, and there's all these strange pictures of a woman and child in the bath. Right. I did notice on the picture of the woman in the bath, but there's a man having a shave as well. It's very dated. That must be 1990s. I'm not sure what the advert's for. There's funny things you find in graveyards. Looking at the brands of the bits and pieces. It says beautiful bathrooms from, and then it's covered up, so the child's headband there. It's where the scouts meet. I think they use it as a scout hall, but whether they use it as a church, I'm not sure. So we'll head off back to town. I've got an hour to kill before the club ride, so that'll be time for a few extra loops. So this was the former police station at Great Witley, also where my granddad used to live, in the house there. He was the last sergeant. Building there is the courthouse. That was a house as well. It used to have a mock Tudor frontage on it that's been redone, and then those two houses are both former police houses. And Grandad lived here until 2018. It's a bit of a mess, to be honest, now, compared to what it used to be. Especially that front wall in the corner there. We're headed back along the 451. back into town. They'll put a new shed up though, garages and what have you. Bricked off where one of the old entrances was. Anyway, that's a nice looking tree, but I don't think the wall will welcome it when it gets bigger. Anyway, yeah, that was a courthouse, and then there was an extension between the two. And this is where my father grew up for his high school years. So yeah, lots changed coming back. But, change is the only continuity. Here comes a bit of silly season. This is a very attractive town of Bewdley, mostly Georgian. Famous sort of riverside port. Now, how do I get down there? This way, I think. You forget the road layout though. I've seen a fair amount of other cyclists out. I think I'll get off here. This was always a milestone to ride to, because it was, you know, it was the next town and you were a child, so it was always like a long way. Not so much anymore. Very attractive architecture. It floods in the winter and in the summer, actually. So yeah, we'll head up the hill into town, the next town. Oh, they're letting some traffic through, so I don't know what's going on there. Swans are up the river. Lovely morning.